Hello, Scorpio. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Aviana. This is Aviana's Ascension, and today we are doing a timeless reading for you. So whenever you find this is perfect. And just take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Make sure you check out your other placements for the most accurate message. Well, let's get into it. We're going to start with these oracle cards, and then I'll clarify them with the tarot. Then we'll get some crystal oracle messages to see what crystals may benefit you at this time. And then we'll close out with a message from my shadow deck to see if there's any like subconscious fears, blockages, anything like that that are, sabotaging you at this time. All right, so just a couple cards here. Okay, we've got frozen lilacs, datura, chamomile. All right, so let's see what we got here. I'm just going to get the little guidebook to help us out. All right, so we have frozen lilacs. So that is talking about partnerships, marriage, commitment. Okay, so there could be a new connection coming through, a long-term one that's deepening in some way, or something going on with a relationship here. And then datura implies a balance of danger and fear. If you're not being cautious, you should be, but if you are fearful, it is best to be more trusting. Okay. I feel like there is a lot of fear when it comes to long-term commitments, partnership, and marriage here. And Spirit's saying, you've probably been through some things that have brought that on, right? I'm sure, we all have. But Spirit wants you to not let the past pain keep you from a fulfilling future, okay? And then we have chamomile. This is work, finances, abundance, business matters. May also refer to a person that you work with, okay? So maybe there's some sort of connection forming in the workplace, or some of you may throw yourself into work to kind of get away from the whole relationship thing. You know what I mean? So let's see what's going on. Okay, we do have perspective here. So perspective is saying, let's see, where is it? There it is. Changing the way we view the situation is essential. Consider the perspectives of the others involved and the many truths and meanings that exist. Okay, so especially, I feel like this is going to say like, change your perspective when it comes to love and relationships, right? Don't let other people's insecurities and their weird behavior make you change the way you want to show up for your life and what you want for your future, Okay, and then we have mugwort. That is saying, pay attention to your dreams. There are important messages coming to you. All right, so let's see what's going on for you, Scorpio. All right, let's get into the tarot. Bottom of the deck, we do have the 8 of Cups. So it looks like you're walking away from something that was unfulfilling for you. Something just wasn't working out anymore. I think that you're very nervous about moving on from this because this is something I feel like you really tried to make it work. You put in a lot of effort here, but it's time to go towards more fulfilling things and leave the past in the past. Okay, let's see what we got. All right, let's talk about perspective for Scorpio, please and thank you. Oh. All right. Okay, so we have the Tower. That's your energy with the Tower card, the 4 of Cups. There's the Hermit, Virgo energy, the 7 of Cups. Judgment, your energy there again. The Death card, all of your major arcana. Okay, the Queen of Wands. So whatever's going on here, it's a big influence in your life, okay? Whenever you have, because major arcana for me, it's like major big events. And then the minor arcana are like explaining the details of it, right? So the fact that you have not 1, not 2, but 3 of your major arcana, this is a big shift. And the card said changing your perspective is essential here. So let's get into it. Okay, we have the Tower with the 4 of Cups. So what the situation is, it looks like there was some sort of, unexpected bad news, something horrible happened, like something that not me, throat chakra, something that really caught you off guard, okay? With the Four of Cups, so that's like the perfect card to say like an attitude adjustment is required. All right, with the Tower, obviously when uncomfortable, unfair things happen, it's really hard to say like, oh, we'll just change your perspective. Like, obviously if it's a horrible situation, I understand not wanting to make the most out of that. But whether it's something that happened, something someone did to you, choosing to carry it with anger, with sadness, with fear, with whatever does not serve you. Okay, you have to see the glass half full here. You have to, because it's just holding you back to see it any other way. And what's cool about the Tower is why I love this card, honestly. It talks about how this is an inevitable situation, right? Something was meant to collapse, something was meant to end, something was meant to go awry. It helped you get to the path that you're meant to be on. It helps you become who you're exactly where you're meant to be, which is why you have all these major arcana here in your sign. You're exactly who you are. You're exactly who you're meant to be, where you're meant to be. So recognize that sometimes unfair situations, painful situations are exactly what you needed to get there, instead of giving your power away and being a victim to it. You know what I'm saying? And I know people don't like to be called a victim, but then it's like, okay, well then turn that frown upside down. You know what I'm saying? So with Judgment, the Death card, the Queen of Wands, yeah, I mean, there's no doubt that there has been intense situations that you've gone through, Scorpio, but you have to reclaim your power from them. You can't just, live your life and saying, look at all these things that happened to me. Everything's so unfair. Life is unfair to everybody. You know what I mean? It really, really is. So it's just a matter of deciding, okay, well, this may have happened to me, but what did I gain from that? What can I be grateful for today, even though that happened yesterday? That's the power of perspective. That's the power of free will and having a consciousness that you're aware of. You can decide this thought pattern, this way of holding this narrative is not making me feel good. So I'm going to decide to change it. That's what needs to happen here. We have the Hermit and the Seven of Cups. Virgo energy with the Hermit. Yeah, there's just like a lot of confusion here for some reason, and I think it's because of the narrative you have surrounding certain situations. Because the Hermit is somebody who knows themselves, someone who trusts themselves. So Spirit's saying there should be no reason for you to be confused or uncertain in this path, because you're exactly where you need to be. You know who you are. It's just these narratives that you're telling yourself that's making you kind of second guess and get distracted. Yeah, it's like you have a lot of wisdom. You've learned a lot throughout all of these experiences, so act accordingly. Okay? Because everything's going to balance out. There's going to be love, there's going to be fulfillment, happiness for you, but you're too busy telling an old story, you know? Tell me more about the Tower and the Four of Cups. But the Nine of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, yeah. Spirit's acknowledging, like, yes, you've been through the ringer, no doubt. But don't let that hold you back. Okay, with the Nine of Wands, that talks about somebody that's been through a lot, but they're going to keep moving. Okay? You're going to keep going forward. You're going to keep at whatever it is you want to go towards and not let the past or any other obstacles keep you held back. Because with the Seven of Pentacles, you reap what you sow. Okay? As within, so without. So what you put your energy and attention towards, that's what's going to come back to you. So if it's all these things that are unfair in this horrible life, then you're going to have an unfair and horrible life. Okay? Focus on what you want to grow. You're in control of your reality. Simple as that. Yeah, it's like there's been some unfortunate situations in the past, some unfair situations, but you don't have to let that stop you and keep you held back. Tell me more about Judgment, the Death card, the Queen of Wands. We have the Fool card, Aries, and Aquarius energy with the Four of Wands. Absolutely. Spirit's saying you have the chance for a new start when it comes to your relationships, when it comes to family, long-term commitment. You are worthy of having balanced and happy and fulfilling connections. And you can make that happen for yourself. But you have to change the narrative. You have to recognize that what happened in the past happened for a reason, and it's time to move on. It's time to reclaim your power from those painful situations. And recognize that if it wasn't for this, you wouldn't know what you wanted in a family and in a connection. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes you got to taste some coffee to realize I don't like coffee that much. You know? How'd you know if you didn't try? All right, let's learn more about the Hermit and the Seven of Cups for you. All right, we have the Hierophant here, Taurus energy. The Two of Pentacles. Yeah, I mean, Spirit's saying there should be no back and forth. There should be no reason for confusion, okay? You've been through enough. You know yourself well enough. You have the wisdom to be able to go towards what you want to go towards, to be able to trust yourself. A lot of people look up to you. So there should be no reason why you doubt yourself so much or question yourself. You know what I mean? And if it's a question of, well, what do I go towards next? What do I prioritize? Well, what makes you happy? What's your intuition telling you to do? When you meditate and silence yourself about it, what answers come to you? Don't second guess yourself, Scorpio. All right, let's see what Mugwort's about. Let's see. That's about listening to your dreams. So let's see what's going on. Okay, we have the Eight of Pentacles with the Ten of Pentacles. We like to see that. The Knight of Cups with the Lovers could be dealing with the Gemini, and the Ten of Swords. Okay. So in your dreams, there could be something coming about in regards to your career, your finances, your abundance. This could be like some sort of idea that comes your way about something you want to go back to school for, something you want to learn more about. Just feels like you're expanding your knowledge, which will lead you to some sort of success here. With the Knight of Cups and the Lovers, there could be some new love coming in. Maybe you're having a dream about someone or about meeting your soulmate. This could also be about following your heart, going towards what brings you fulfillment. And then we have the Ten of Swords. So there's some sort of like ending, betrayal, something that you don't want to give any more energy or attention to. So there could just be a lot of different premonitions coming through for you. All right, let's see. Tell me more about the Eight of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles for Scorpio. Okay, so what I see, you have the Three of Cups, King of Wands, King of Cups. So you could be dealing with a water sign or a fire sign here. But I feel like Spirit is going to send you dreams of people that you can work with. People that would be a good teamwork, good teammates for you, especially if you're wanting to start your own business or there's something you're wanting to learn more about. I feel like Spirit's going to send you people, or maybe just even just in your dreams, not even people in real life, that will give you some guidance and some advice here. That's cool. I like that. Yes, because Spirit's saying you have a lot of love for it, but because there's like a lack of experience, you might second guess yourself. So they're going to give you some people that can help you through that. So we have the Knight of Cups of Lovers here. Tell me more about that. All right, we have the Queen of Swords. So could be dealing with an Aquarius, Gemini again, Libra. See, the thing about the Queen of Swords is like she's not very, she's not going to give into her emotions. She's very much about the facts. She can come off a bit cold-hearted, honestly. So I'm not sure if it's saying like you're going to reject some people or if you're just like not into love at all right now. Tell me more about the Queen of Swords, Knight of Cups, Lovers. All right, we have the Six of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles. Honestly, I just feel like you're really focused on yourself right now. Now, you could be kind of leaving singlehood though here as well. Tell me more about the Six of Swords. The Two of Swords. See, I feel like you're not going to see it coming, but I feel like there's going to be someone. Yeah, I feel like it could be dealing with the Cancer. There's going to be some sort of communication, somebody coming in to bring balance and peace to the past pain that you've dealt with. This is someone that, wants the long term with you, someone that could see themselves starting a family with you. And I think Spirit acknowledges the fact that you might be a little more shut off than you used to be because of things you've been through. So they're just like dropping little breadcrumbs for you. That's kind of cute. I like that. Somebody's going to come scoop you up, though, I'll tell you what. And tell me more about the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords. Oh, okay. So we have the Devil, Capricorn energy, Knight of Wands, the Seven of Wands. So what I see an end to is no longer feeling like you need to defend yourself and protect yourself all the time, right? You don't have to put in so much of an effort and be like closed off to people because you are already protected, okay? I feel like you're going to be having more fun and potentially socializing more, traveling. And I feel like through that openness, you're going to meet someone that is very secure and stable, not only in love, but also for career. I just see a lot of fulfillment and a lot of balanced energy coming through, and you're just meeting people that are right for you. I like that. I like that. Very nice. Very nice. Let's get some crystal messages to see what crystals may benefit you at this time. Please and thank you. All right, let's see what we got. So we have aventurine, create your own luck. Absolutely. This falls into that perspective energy. At the end of the day, you create your own reality. You decide if you're lucky or if you're not, right? Because what you put your attention into is what's going to grow for you. So if you say, oh, I have bad luck, my life sucks, that's what's going to happen. But if you decide for yourself, I am loved, I am blessed, I am lucky, that's what's going to come through for you. Don't be your biggest hater. Believe in yourself. All right, we have fluorite, find peace within. Absolutely. So, yeah, recognizing that there can be things that upset you about life, there can be unfair situations, but you have the control to decide, okay, I'm going to stay calm. I'm going to feel my way through this and then release it so that way it doesn't stay stuck in my energy. Like, do whatever you got to do to connect with yourself and rein yourself in because you're giving your energy to too many things, especially to the past. Like, mm-mm. All right, we have Azurite, get laser focused. So yeah, time to get focused, time to pay attention to some things. You could be like, maybe procrastinating or just, keep putting things off, and it's time to get serious about something, okay? And pink opal, be kind to yourself, absolutely. Speak to yourself highly, speak to yourself how you speak to your friends, or, if there's a loved one that is always supportive to you, that's how you should speak to yourself. Okay, if you wouldn't speak to others how you talk to yourself, you got to change the way you talk to yourself. Okay. All right, let's get a shadow message. So I think that the thing that could self-sabotage you here is the inability to reclaim your power from your past pain, and just struggling with shifting the perspective and changing how you're carrying this stuff. So let's see what guidance Spirit has for you on that. One card, please, Spirit. Thank you. See, you got connection at the bottom of the deck. Okay, we have tenderness coming out here. Very cute. All right, tenderness. The art here is called After the Fire. I tend to myself, I offer myself tenderness, I allow a replenishment of all layers of my being. It says tending and tenderness, charred, burned out, gentle care, regenerating, receiving, resting, repairing, rebalancing the inner space. Some of you guys may have an R in your name, or maybe dealing with somebody with an R. Flowers growing from the fertile soil and fresh aliveness, each layer inviting new possibility. Okay. We aren't machines, we are humans. Regardless of what lives we create for ourselves, we are vulnerable to hurts. We are susceptible to burnout and many internal burns that cannot be seen by the eye. We need spaces to recharge, realign, renourish, regenerate. We need spaces to offer tenderness and tending to ourselves. If we don't offer this to ourselves on a regular basis, we are likely to walk around feeling fragile. Maybe you never gave yourself the time to mourn something, to really feel and recover from the pain that you went through. Maybe it was just about, all right, well, that sucked. Let's keep it moving and grooving. You got to give yourself that time and that space and that honor to truly feel something so you can move forward. Tenderness and tending don't have to come when we are already burned out. We can create spaces for ourselves to mend, heal, and be so that we can avoid that outcome. If we were offering tender healing to a physical burn, we might call in some regenerative herbs, be very gentle, and create a space where the repair could take place. We can offer this tenderness and healing to our inner burns and invisible hurts. Think about ways that you push yourself beyond what feels good. Think about ways that you offer yourself tenderness or hold back tenderness. Notice what tenderness is being called for in this moment, be it mental, emotional, physical, energetic, or some other layer of your being. Some of y'all might want to draw a bath tonight. That sounds nice to me. So yeah, just allow different parts of you to take a break. Allow yourself to love on yourself. Be kind to yourself. I think a lot of you may hold like the past situations, you may judge yourself for that, like saying like, how could I be close to someone like that? How could I allow myself to go through that? Hey, you didn't know, you know? So I think in that aspect, you need some tenderness as well, just forgiving yourself. Contemplations. So you may want to write these down. These are some questions you can reflect on. What layers of myself feel burned out or need tending? What tenderness can I offer myself? What tenderness can I offer to others? And then here's a ritual you can do. Prepare a warm healing bath or foot soak with an abundance of nurturing, healing, regenerative energies. I just said a bath. That's amazing. Excuse me. Ideas for ingredients: lavender oil, oatmeal, chamomile, rose petals, Epsom salt. If you don't have access to these ingredients, use what you have. Add the simple power of your intention or work with the essence of the plants by speaking their names and calling them in energetically. I like that option, especially for those of you that may be a little more sensitive to like oils and flowers and scents. You can just call in the energy and work with it like that. With each ingredient, add sprinkles of love, compassion, and tenderness. Once your bath is prepared and feels nurturing, set an intention to tend to the tenderness beyond imagining, all the way to the core layers of your being. Soak as long as you want. Notice how it feels to receive deep nurturing, open to a gentle integration in any way that feels supportive. I like that. Yeah. You need some love, some support. And there could have been a lot of connections where you needed this from others, but they never gave it to you. So it's almost like just on autopilot, you've just been pushing yourself and grinding it out and just going. But allow yourself to pause, to feel, to nurture yourself, and to be kind to yourself. All right, Scorpio, fierce. That's all I've got for you today. Thank you so much for watching. If this resonated, let me know with a like, a comment. Definitely subscribe and share this video with a fellow Scorpio. All of that helps the channel grow, and I'm always so grateful. And if you would like more content, I've got all my social media linked down below. I also have my website if you want to join my newsletter. It's a great way to get free content, discounts, rituals, just a lot of good spiritual stuff there. And you get a free meditation sent to you whenever you do sign up, which is super fun. You also can go to my website if you want to book a personal reading, or if you would like an alchemy ceremony where I help turn your pain into power. It's always very beautiful. But that's all I've got for you today, Scorpio. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.